everyone, this is Maggie, and welcome to another YouTube video. I know we're back to basics, you guys. We're getting bored of my digital antics, I get it. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Nothing beats the usual disc. Regardless, you read the title, I know what you're here for. So, I was, in my mind, as one is, thinking about how I want to have more things of my characters, of characters that I like, OCs, stuff like that. But I'm kind of on a budget right now. I'm kind of broke from a recent convention, and I have another one at the end of the week. We've been kind of tight for a few weeks on money. So I was like, hey, I love doing things on a budget. Kind of pushes me to be more creative with things. So I was watching some videos about people making their own merch and stuff like that, and like handmade pins and stickers and keychains and all that stuff. But they always had an expensive Ita bag to put their stuff in. And I was like, hey, this is just a bag with like a window. I'm sure we can make this somehow, even if on an insanely tight budget. So I had an idea, and we're gonna do it live on camera because I'm kind of curious if I can actually do this. So hear me out. I got this little bag from like a store we have here, and you know, it's like a very textile plastic bag. It's like very cheap, but I thought this would be a good candidate to try my evil ideas on. So what's the idea? This is tiny, but we can do something with this. So the idea is we can crop out like a frame here, put in a plastic inside, and then maybe sew like a little pocket in here just to like slide in a little thing for the window, so we can put like all our pins and shit, and it would be really, really cute. So I have kind of a small idea of what I want to do. First, hello, sketchbook. It's still gonna take a while to finish, but you know, we're getting there. Maggie from the future, please zoom in. Thank you. This is like the very, very, very basic idea. I do have other things that I want to do with it. For example, this is the bag. If you like see it from top, it's kind of like this. This is where the handles will be around. This is one of those bags that like kind of folds in to be thinner, but I'm gonna put like a piece of plastic at the bottom so it doesn't do that, because I want it to be open, big, all the time. And this is where the window is gonna be. And the idea is that we can sew in like a little pocket, like a little division here, so that we can then slip our cardboard piece with all our pins right here in the middle. This is the flap that's gonna divide the two halves of the bag. This is where the pins are gonna go, and this is where all your other shit is gonna go. I'm doing this on top of my knee because it's a small enough project with something that I don't really care about, which is that tiny bag, that I can kind of fuck around and find out. I make no promises. Maggie from the past makes no promises that this is gonna work. Oh my god, she's gonna try. The whole point of this video is that we are on a budget. And one of the most expensive things that I've seen people complain about is like the PVC plastic that you need for the window. If this goes well, I have like a stronger piece of plastic that I want to save for like another bag that I might make. Again, if this goes well, like this is the test. So instead of using the expensive plastic that I have right now saved from something else, I'm gonna use a sturdy, what do you call these? Like paper bags? Plastic sleeves as the window. And then I kind of need to go look for some piece of like textile to make this little flap here that's gonna divide the stuff. For the cardboard piece that's gonna go in the window, you know, to put all your pins and stuff like that, I have a piece of cardboard that I think could fit. Let me actually check, hold on. Okay, I was kind of panicking. I thought I had thrown it away, but no, it's here. So we got this piece of cardboard. I think lengthwise it's good. I might need to like chop it here. This is like the perfect size for what we're gonna be making. So we have all our materials, and we're gonna start slow because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have much of a plan as to how I'm gonna go about this. Like this and talking to like 4 friends online was the only preparation I did for this. So, you know, you and me, we're gonna start right now. First things first, I gotta kind of think what side I would like to chop off. I think I'm gonna chop off this side because it's like the bigger print and it would be harder to hide this than this. So, you know, I'm gonna chop this part off. We're gonna like sketch around the frame, how much we want to take out, and then we will see how it goes. So first things first, I'm gonna flip it inside out for the sake of like, if we are gonna scribble a little on it, might as well keep all the scribbles inside the bag where they're not gonna be as easily seen, you know? Gonna use some little clips just to make her stand still. This is somewhat the frame of what we have to work with. It's not like perfectly folded, but it's not going to be much of an issue. Like, we can still look at it pretty well. And hopefully the little character in the middle is going to like help us center this. I'm going to put another one here. So I'm going to start with a pencil because I'm kind of scared of staining this through the other side with a pen. Red, pink pencil, whatever this is. And we're gonna start thinking about how big our window is gonna be. I could do like a shaped window, but I honestly really like the general like square hole for your window. And honestly, it doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you want, honestly. But let's start. Okay, that's a pretty big window. We're gonna be able to put a lot of things in here. Gonna grab my scissors and we're gonna start cutting out all of this. Okay, we got the logo out and our little plastic thing is gonna go right over this. I wasn't too careful cutting around the edges because once we have the plastic glued down and we turn the bag right side out again, I'm gonna decorate like the rim so it's gonna hide a lot of the imperfections that, you know, we made here. Now we got the plastic, and what we're gonna do, so we get the measurements all right, we're gonna take the piece that we just cut off. It is kind of chopped here at the top, but you know, we can still do pretty well with this. We're gonna take the plastic and we're gonna cut it out. I am thinking I'm gonna like cut the plastic a little bit just for the sake of like unfolding like the little bag, because I think that's gonna give us more space to work with. So we're gonna do that first. I'm not exactly taking count in my head how much this is because like we're doing this on a budget, but everything I'm using, it's stuff that I already have at home or is like insanely cheap to get. Like you can like steal these from your school or something or just like collect them as people give them to you with like school tests or like job stuff. I don't know, what do people even use these anymore for? We have the plastic. Now we can fold it open. We can try to like smooth out the middle part, though I don't think we're gonna use a lot of it. You could make like an insanely big Ita bag just with this if like the middle thing doesn't bother you that much, which once it is like all stretched out, I don't think it would bother anyone that much, but we're gonna do a tiny one. It's kind of gonna be a little hard to see because obviously this is transparent, but we're gonna put it here. I'm gonna put the plastic over it. I'm not sure if I want to sew the plastic onto the bag or just do like hot glue, but I'm gonna leave like a margin on it anyways for the sake of like helping us later on. I'm actually gonna duct tape these together because it's a little annoying for the sake of us having like a nice canvas to work with. This time I'm gonna use pen because a lot of these are gonna be left inside the Ita bag, so I'm just gonna do a nice margin around the edges like so. The desk mat actually helps a lot. There we go. We got a piece of plastic here. We might clean it later, honestly, but I'm gonna pick maybe like a shinier side. I don't think there's really a difference, honestly. I think this side's gonna stay. And then she would go something like this. I'm gonna put the cardboard piece back in here because I think it's gonna help us a lot right now. Okay, I think this is as good of a setup as we're gonna get, so you're gonna have to stick with me, okay? The shiniest side is gonna be out, and it would be something like this. Now, I should sew this. I really should. Okay, I'm gonna probably do that, but I'm gonna leave it in like a time lapse, but you know, just so you know what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the plastic, And with needle and thread, we're gonna sew the plastic all around this edge so it stays nice and stuck there. What I'm probably gonna do after the stitching is I am gonna put hot glue in it, because like if this side is always gonna be on the inside of the bag and no one is gonna like see it, we can be kind of messy for the sake of like securing the stitches in place so that it doesn't like wobble around or like rip or anything like that, okay? So I will see you once I have that done. Hi, we lost a little bit of footage because I forgot to turn my microphone back on, but thankfully we didn't lose much. This is how it looks right side out again. I know the plastic is a little crinkly. We established that this was going to be a little test project, that we weren't going to use a lot of like good materials specifically because this was going to be kind of a shitty project. But still, like, listen, for stuff that we only had at home, I think this is a very small price to pay, and I'm pretty sure you can like iron these out somehow. So right now we are taking the piece of cardboard that we have. I already cut out some little pieces of it because we're going to want to fit it right in the middle of the bag. This is going to be what's going to separate the part of the bag that we are actually going to use to keep our stuff, and then the part of the bag where all our pins are going to be displayed in. I'm trying not to overcut it because we don't want it to move around a lot while it's in there. Okay, almost there, honestly. I think we just need to cut a little more. Honestly, you know what? I don't think this is that bad, actually. Okay, so what are we gonna do now? I really don't want to stitch this right now after all of the stitching that I had to do, but hold on. So I am thinking about actually bending one of these. Actually, let me try something, because I was thinking, since we're gonna want to keep the bottom of the bag open, you know, to keep it like as a nice little bag, I was thinking maybe we could fold this somehow, like maybe like this. Hold on. And then we could just like hot glue the bottom of the fold to the bag. My genius. Okay, so it's just enough to cover the whole window and to reach the bottom of the bag. I honestly think we might have cooked. We might have cooked, actually. So hold on. This side is still kind of wide, so we're gonna cut it a little bit. Just enough for us to put our stuff in here. Okay. We're gonna start small, you know, just bit by bit. We don't want to cut too much of it. I think that's actually pretty solid. Hold on. This, and it kind of keeps the bag open a little bit. I think we might have cooked, honestly. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna heat up my hot glue gun so we can glue the bottom of the cardboard to the bag. Okay, so hot glue gun is heated, I think. I should have probably done this before turning the bag right side out again, but we're gonna do it. It's not gonna be, you know, that easy to see on camera, but you guys trust me, right? Just took a minute to wait for the glue to dry inside, but it's all dry over the stitching. This is gonna help keep the stitching in place because, again, I don't trust my own stitching a lot. Now, oh, I should have left the glue on. Fuck, because we need to put this in still. It should be on. It should be hot enough still. We'll be fine. You do need to put more glue in, though. I'm pretty sure you could do this with like other kinds of glue, but you know, hot glue, my beloved she balls. So, repeating what we want to do, you want to glue it with the little flap back so that it sticks like this. See, inside the bag. I still don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Don't ask me. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it still. Gonna need a lot of glue to stick the sides as well. And now we're gonna try to do it super quickly. Okay. It's glued It's not completely straight, but it's okay. We can still cut it a little bit if needed be. We also kind of need space for it to bend, so we can put in the little piece with our pins. But like, bro, we just gotta decorate now. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Hold on. Again, I don't really have an idea for what I'm gonna do with this, but I'm sure we have like generic stuff that we can get. Hi again. So, it's the next day. Lighting has changed a little bit. I got kind of busy yesterday, aka my building may have caught on fire and we all had to evacuate. It's okay though. I'm good. I'm fine. Everything is fine. Don't worry, it's the next day, obviously. Look, here I am trying to teach you the good ways of saving money by making your own Ita bags, and God tries to strike me down, but he can't. I'm stronger. So, we kind of left off on a good point yesterday because I wasn't really sure how I wanted to go about decorating the Ita bag. So, while I was kind of panicking about everything in my life burning down around me, it gave me a lot of time to think about how I wanted to decorate this little thing. I'm still not sure what I'm gonna put around the edges of the frame itself, but I have an idea for how we're gonna put the pins inside. So, usually the way I go about putting pins inside Ita bags is that I don't pin them to the separation board. What I usually do is that I get a piece of felt or like a thick fabric material, and then I put the pins there, and then I just slide it into the window of the bag. That way it's easier to put them in, take them out, rearrange them. You don't need to be like shoving your hands inside the bag just to take out a pin. I don't have any felt with me right now, so we're gonna do second best option. I got a little piece of cardboard here, which is also good for you to have because it's like sturdier than just fabric. It's from a box of cereals, but I was thinking about using it because it's like cute colors. If I can just cut it out nicely and put like a bunch of pins in here, it would be really cute. Because again, I get it, this feels kind of cheap, that's the whole point. Ita bags are stupidly expensive. And something I defend on my channel is that everyone should be allowed to have the stuff that they want, even if they have to learn how to make it by themselves. And I think this would be really cute. We're gonna improvise, but it's gonna be really, really cute, okay? So let's resume the usual. I'm just gonna slide the cardboard in here, and I'm gonna kind of measure how much I would be needing. It's always good to save like little pieces of cardboard for little DIYs like these, honestly. So we can see that it ends around here. We're gonna grab a pencil and just make a line so we know where to cut. It's gonna be a little wonky, it's okay. Cut it out by eye. I'm gonna try to make it a little less wonky. Make sure we have a nice, even canvas to work with. There we go. Try it out again, and that fits in just fine. Now's the fun part. What are we gonna put here? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't wanna like get out all of the pins that I have on my other bags, but I do have some leftover pins that I don't have actively on my other bags. These are some stuff that was gifted to me. I bought at cons, things I'm not into anymore. So yeah, maybe we're just gonna work with what we have here first before we move on to anything else. So I'm thinking teal, pink, blue, yellow. The Get In Loser one is cute and it has a back, so it's gonna be easier to put in. Just pop it in, turn it, I put the back on it, and it's there. This really cute one of like the Kurumi skull that she has on her head, it's so cute. We're gonna put this one. Maybe I want to take this one out just for the sake of like, last time. We're gonna put it in. As you can see, cardboard is much sturdier than fabric, which both have like their pros and cons. Cardboard is again going to be sturdier, but it's going to be harder to put in pins that have, a back like this. I got this wooden pin with a flower and the back is a little heart. I mean, that's like the cutest thing ever, right? And obviously I'm putting in pins that I've already bought, just for the sake of kind of getting this video done with, but you can absolutely make your own pins. I'm gonna be honest, that's like another thing that I really, really want to do eventually, because I have my own ways of making handmade pins. Like, I'm gonna put a few pictures on screen on the ones that I did, and like, bro, would be so awesome It would be so cool. But you know, I mean, just pins. This is looking a little empty, you know. How about we get in some keychains? I've seen a lot of people do this with various levels of success, but I also like to put keychains inside my Ita bags. It's a little difficult to put them, but if you go around it, you can kind of do it. Hold on. I'm gonna get a keychain for us to try out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of shocked. I thought I had more keychain. I mean, they're all getting, my favorite ones are getting used in my other bags, so you know, go figure. Regardless, I have 3 little options I think would look good in the bag. First, we have this one that I made myself. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen it before. This is a handmade shaker with 2 of my little OCs in there. These are little clown OCs that I have. I made them on a whim and then I absolutely fell in love with them. And the way this was made was by getting 2 pieces of cardboard, putting in like a bunch of beads and cutouts inside, and to give it some space so that the stuff can, you know, shake around inside, is that you have to put like a lot of hot glue around the edges so that there's still a decent amount of space inside so that the things can, you know, shake around. This is so cute and actually like insanely easy to make. I might make like a tutorial for this again later on. Regardless, it's really cute. I mean, look at them. They're so silly. And the other 2 ones that I have are ones that I bought or that I've had for a really, really long time. I don't really know where I got this one, but like it's a little skull neon felt guy with the biggest thingy that I've ever seen in my life. But like, look at how cute he is, bro. He's just a baby. And the last one that I have is obviously a little cinnamon roll one. This one obviously I bought at like a little store. There's like a bunch of these out there. It's from Miniso. I really like it. It's so cute and sparkly. Obviously there's like easier ways to go about this. If you don't want to put the keychain inside the Ita bag, obviously you can just like go in here, squeeze this a little bit, and you can have it hanging like that, or you can even insert like a loop in here so you can hang off multiple keychains. But the way I personally like to make them is that I like to use these little things. Practically what I like to do is when I insert the little thing with the pins inside the bag, you clamp this little thing at the top where you want your keychains to hang off of. I'm gonna put them in the middle because that's where like most of the empty space in the bag is. The little grip thing, you're gonna put it down, and then this one is gonna stay up so you can hang off all of your keychains in there. So we're gonna put in one, and we're gonna put in this one as well. If you want, you can tuck this down as well, but the keychains will kind of fall really close to the bottom of the bag. But hey, you know, preferences. This is kind of like how you want your little bag to look like. But hey, look at that! We already have a cute little handmade Ita bag. It's so silly. I really want to add this one, but I closed it with just a loop and I didn't put like a proper little grip thingy on it. So we're gonna have to find another way to put this in the bag. Okay, hold on. I got an idea. This might be kind of cooked. So we're gonna use one of these little bobby pins. So what you're gonna do is you're not gonna puncture the bag itself. You're just gonna put it around the bag. And before you close it, you add in your little keychain. Close it. And bro, it's done. I could honestly decorate it more. Now I low-key want to decorate it more. Hold on. I actually have a lot of stuff here that I could have worked with. Last time I did this, which is insane that I didn't. So hold on. Cue a little montage of me decorating the bag again. Okay, I just reorganized things around a little bit. Since this keychain is kind of chunky, I think it'll be best if he is like out of the bag and he just hangs like this. And I found a much smaller clasp than the one I was using, which is gonna be perfect to hold the display onto the cardboard, but also look much more invisible than the other one I was using. So nice, cool pog. I also found a little box that I have with like a bunch of like little sparkles and googly eyes and like little things to stick onto stuff. I think I might genuinely use this to like decorate around the border. I think it would be so cute. And I'm gonna be honest with you, these are things that I haven't reached for in a very long time when I'm drawing, so I think this is as good as a time to use them right now. So cue back the montage. We're gonna we're gonna do it again. Okay, chat, we're done. I am afraid we might have cooked. Are you seeing this? I found these really cute like clips with like little decorations at the top that I can put at the top of the bag, but they also help hold the pin display in place inside, which like, bro, insane, amazing. My sketchbook is inside because, you know, she can carry a lot because my sketchbook is a lot. Oh, all our little keychains are here. The decoration around the border is so cute, bro. I'm actually kind of in love. Oh my god. You know, I started this video not knowing if this was gonna like actually work out, but now we're finishing it and I am low-key in love. Like, that is so cute. Are you kidding me? So hey, successful little experiment. One day when I actually like have the money to buy proper materials, I may redo this to like a bigger extent, like a proper massive bag with like pretty decorations and buying specific stuff. But like, bro, for now, it's cute. It's so cute. I love it. I'm gonna stop gushing about it. Something I really defend on my channel is that, again, like I mentioned before, things like these shouldn't be tied behind if you have enough money to buy them, especially when it's something as simple as a bag with a window on the front. The world is full of plastic bags and plastic displays, so you should be able to do this at home. And I did with stuff I only had around the house, and god damn it, so can you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, blah blah blah, YouTube words. If you would like to see some of my art that I know I didn't really mention here, but like, hey, shaker with clown lesbian OCs, you can find me on the social medias. That's where I post most often, but I also have my card listed below, so you can see all the social medias where I'm on. If you would like to know more about my OCs, my little guys, I didn't talk much about them in this video, but you know they're here. You can find them on my website. I like to keep all my projects in there, OCs, stories that I write, fan projects, stuff like that. So maybe if you want to go check it out, you can check it out there. And if you would like to see sneak peeks at upcoming video, unfinished projects, stuff I'm working on behind the scenes, you can join our Discord server. We do streams every Friday and Saturday, unless I'm like busy with like a con like this week. So if you would like to join us there and talk to me, talk to other people, you are very much welcomed. Link in the description. And that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!